Fire put that motorcycle right into the middle of the blaze. Ladies and gentlemen, from Lake Grove, New York, he'll make his way down the straightaway to begin tonight's thrill show presentation with a bang. He's on his way down the stretch. On his way to the left on the Honda motorcycle. Perfectly performed by the motorcyclist from Lake Grove, New York. He's coming back in front of the grandstand area. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for Louis the Rocket Ray? Louis the Rocket Ray. We now direct your attention to the left-hand end of the ramp area as you're about to see another one of those traditional performances. This one is called the Doomsday Chair, and it will feature Crash Moreau from Lincoln, Maine. The idea brutally simple. Once again, we'll have one of those talented stunt performers, Crash Moreau, with over 30 years of thrill show performances. He will climb inside that box. Inside that box is a half stick of dynamite. In a few short moments, he will ignite that dynamite. He will detonate it. And at the point of detonation, his heart will actually stop from the force of the blast. He'll be unconscious momentarily. It will actually blow him away from the source of the detonation. One half stick of dynamite. Ladies and gentlemen, about to climb into the Doomsday Chair. We're going to ask you to help us in just a few short moments. Ladies and gentlemen, let's count it down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A tremendous explosion down there at the end of the grandstand area. Crash Moreau on the ground down there. As you can see, the detonation blew him away from the Doomsday Chair. Ladies and gentlemen, he lives to tell about another one, Crash Moreau. Now, we mentioned before that we were going to give you a combination of the old and the new, and we have the very new out there at the track right now. We are about to present to you a jet-powered all-terrain vehicle. Now, this is a very special machine as it is powered by a jet engine. Doug Danger is now sitting on... the only stunt performer currently performing this feat of daring. Of course, the jet-powered all-terrain vehicle, the only one of its kind in the world, presented right here tonight as part of the Otsego County Fair, presented by Country Club Chevrolet. He'll make his way back down the straightaway under jet power. Of course, harnessing jet power in the all-terrain vehicle as part of the thrill show's entry into the 21st century. As you can see, the full power of that vehicle coming down the back straightaway. He'll make his way through the turn and accelerate once again. The same type of jet engine that you'll find on a helicopter. Engineered into an all-terrain vehicle. Stunt Danger making his way out of turn number 4, coming back down the straightaway. pretty simple. They'll bring the automobile down the track at a speed of about 60 miles an hour in reverse, or as fast as that car will go. At a point on the track, they'll spin the wheel, spin the automobile all the way around, shift the car, and proceed down the track without losing any forward momentum. Tim's appearance in such feature films as Live and Let Die, Smokey the Bandit 3 is also a big part of the RoboCop. He was up for International Sundance Award a couple of years ago for a film called Rocky and Bullwinkle, where he actually two-wheeled a truck loaded with hay bales. Right now he's about to show you his mastery over an automobile. As he presents the feat of daring presented by his world-famous father, Chitwood, for the first time in 1940. He's coming down the left side of the lane. Racing at 35 years, a pro-show experience. He began driving an automobile at the age of 6. Ladies and gentlemen, that mastery is now paying off. Once again, to make his way through the turn to reverse, a stunt within itself. He'll spin the wheel, spin the wheel. Once again, to put the automobile towards paces for you here at the Otsego County Fair. The world's #1 ranked automobile stuntman. Coming out of turn number 4. He'll be building speed with every turn of the wheel. He comes back down the front straightaway. He'll be speed of 60 miles an hour in reverse. Ladies and gentlemen, one good turn deserves another. Here he is, Tim Chitwood. Tim Chitwood. Once again, we'll take a step back into the thrill show history as we present one of the most brutal and traditional featuring in the thrill show. This is the motorcycle firewall, once again performed by Lewis, the Rocket Ray, from Lakewood, New York. Chris Moreau just joining us on his work with Robbie Knievel. He was in New York City this past weekend when Robbie Knievel performed his jump on television, on the aircraft carrier. Lewis, a big part of that show as far as the planning of the event. We're glad to have him back with us for our show here tonight. Once again, the concept of the stunt, brutally simple. The execution has to be perfect. We have a span of about 6 feet between the standards, and that's the width of the board wall. There's not a lot of room for errors. He sits aboard behind the motorcycle. We're going to make it a little bit harder for him as we cover that board wall with gasoline. We will ignite the board wall for the very talented young man from Long Island. Ladies and gentlemen, the board wall is excited. Lewis Ray is making his way down the track. Building speed, blasting to the board wall. Tremendous impact. What a way to make it. As you can see, our stuntmen are clearing all the debris from the track for our next feat of daring. Of course, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, the thrill night will continue following our thrill show tonight. Direct shows midway will be in full swing all evening here at the Otsego County Fair. Tim Chitwood is now making his way to a very special vehicle. We told you that we were going to bring you into the 21st century. We told you that we were going to show you all about jet power. And that's just what we're going to do. We're going to bring out the world's fastest street legal jet pickup truck. Now, this vehicle was conceived by Joey Chitwood Jr. a few years ago, and he had the idea of combining a jet vehicle with a Chevrolet pickup that was street legal. Of course, this is a engineering marvel in the fact that this vehicle is licensed in the state of Florida. It actually can be driven out to get its own fuel. The idea behind it is very simple. We have the original Chevrolet engine in the front of the vehicle, which serves two purposes. It allows the vehicle to make its way down the highways and byways of America. It also serves as a power takeoff system to start the J46 jet engine that is mounted in the back of the vehicle. You'll notice the license plate on the back of the vehicle is completely street legal, licensed in the state of Florida. Each and every year raises a few eyebrows at the DMV, but nonetheless, it is street legal. It will also not be the poster child for fuel efficiency. As a matter of fact, during our 3-minute fire lightning show you're about to see, that vehicle will burn 60 gallons of jet fuel in 3 minutes. Chitwood seated behind the controls of the 6,000 horsepower jet-powered vehicle. Now, it set a record for speed for jet-powered vehicles. We should say street-legal jet-powered vehicles. When it achieved a speed of 181.9 miles an hour in a standing quarter mile. It was achieved down in Zephyrhills, Hills, Florida, on an airstrip. Of course, that's quite fast considering the vehicle with the jet engine weighs over 5,000 pounds. That's a lot of metal moving on a drag strip at nearly 182 miles an hour. Chitwood, the Stunt star of many motion picture television productions as well as thousands of thrill show performances, about to present to you the Chitwood Thunder Fire and Lightning Show. Now, warming up the vehicle for you just a little bit. You're going to put that vehicle around, you're going to lay that down, run slow and loosen up some of that good fuel. And then you can bring down the back splitter and rip it all out for you back there. You'll make a play back to the turn to come down. As he proceeds back and forth down in front of the grandstand areas, the wheelies will become a little bit more difficult, a little bit more dangerous as he begins his ascent up the motorcycle. Once again, we'll see the standard wheelie, but this time by, we'll see it with a twist. This time by, he'll give us all a big wave for one-handed wheelie. motorcycle back around on a turn number 4. Now comes the ascent of the motorcycle. Not only will he perform the standard wheelie, but this time he'll be kneeling on the seat, performing what we call perfection by Doug Danger. This time by, he'll be performing all the stops. He'll be climbing up on the motorcycle, a little bit higher on the motorcycle. This time, when he comes back in front of the grandstand area, he'll actually be standing on the seat for the standing perfection by Doug Danger. Like he's got it warmed up, ladies and gentlemen. This time out, he will pull out all the stops. Coming back in front of the grandstand area in a few short moments. Not only will he be standing on the seat, but you talk about balance and talent, he'll be standing on it with only 1 foot on the seat. Doug Danger with a 1 foot standing wheelie. Ladies and gentlemen, he'll be coming back in front of the grandstand area in a few short moments. The American motorcycle jumping champion from Palmer, Massachusetts, Doug Danger. Doug Danger. Ladies and gentlemen, before he prepares for his first motorcycle jump of the evening, Doug wants to take a few moments to address you here in the grandstand area. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the American motorcycle jumping champion, Doug Danger.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. You've been an awesome crowd. One of the things I put on when I ride around here is a helmet. Back in 1992, I had a very severe accident, and I hit a cement wall at about 65 miles an hour. I was just going over the handlebars of the motorcycle. I missed a jump. I ended up in a coma for a month, and I broke 17 bones. If I hadn't had my helmet on, I would have died. There isn't any question about it. I want to talk to you kids about when you get on your bicycles, or if you get a dirt bike or something, put the helmet on. You can recover from a broken arm or a broken leg, but a head injury is the worst thing you can ever go through if you live through it. I had to learn to read and write and everything all over again. I had to grow up just like a baby, learn everything. So kids, put the helmets on. Get ready to do my first jump here. Make the right choices later.
Ladies and gentlemen, Doug Danger. Now, Doug Danger is about to perform a ramp-to-ramp jump. There's about 70 feet between the ramp elevations here on the front straightaway. Of course, speed and alignment on the ramp will be critical to the performance of this motorcycle jump. We mentioned before that Doug is indeed the American motorcycle jumping champion. No other American has jumped a motorcycle farther than Doug Danger. That includes Robbie Knievel, Evel Knievel, Gary Wells, and a whole host of the others who have attempted to jump as far as Doug has. He continues to astonish people with his motorcycle jump. About a week ago, Doug was asked to jump the monster truck with the Delaware. Doug climbed down and jumped 4 of our monster trucks that we have here this evening. He got down there and said, that doesn't look very far. He says, the folks in the grandstand paid a lot of money to be here. Let's jump 8. And he did successfully. Very talented stunt performer. One of his big jumps was one to break Robbie Knievel's record of jumping tractor trailers. Las Vegas, Nevada, a few years ago, at Sam Boyd Stadium, Doug Danger jumped 18 tractor trailers to break Robbie Knievel's record. So I mentioned before, speed and alignment on the ramps is critical. You notice there's a stripe going up the takeoff ramp that is there for a very big reason. If Doug is off by 6 inches off the alignment in the center of the ramp, that could throw him off 5 feet from center on the landing ramp. As you can see, that's an 8-foot ramp waiting for him out there. 5 feet can mean the difference between life and death. It looks like he's got it dialed in, of course. Supposed to be deadly for the American motorcycle jumping champion. He'll work his way. And he's just warming up. He's coming back in front of the grandstand area. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Stunt. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, Stunt Danger will be coming back in front of the grandstand area, and of course, quite a jump. And he's joined out here by Louis Ray. Of course, Louis has been with him all the way. Some of the biggest jumps that Doug has done over the tractor trailers, over the jet airliner, the whole shot. Louis Ray's been there, and we're all always happy to have him here with us. And of course, Doug wanted to take this moment to thank him for his continued help on the show.
The main thing I wanted to do is, what did you think of Lou Ray riding earlier today when he did the fire jump and he did the firewall? Whew. You know what? I think you're ready to do the big one. I think you should follow me off of this thing, or I should follow you. You want to try the big jump?
We're going to push the ramp closer, right?
Front them apart, maybe?
Auxiliary.
What do you think, folks? You want to see Lou take a jump out here today? Just something so you know, he had a very bad accident on a jump, the same exact thing as this. He ended up with, I don't remember how many screws it was, but it was 3 plates in his shoulder and like 46 screws, and it was a 9-hour surgery. And we've done it once or twice since then, but he has a hard time doing this. I kind of put him on the spot here. What do you think, Lou?
I love to do this jump, especially in my home state of New York. It's a great people, but I just don't think I got the stomach for it anymore. So I'm gonna thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Can I get like 5 minutes to compose myself and think about it?
What do you think, folks? Should I give him 5 minutes and make him give us an answer then? All right, let's give him a minute break here to rest up and see what he says.
Of course, we'll be heading over to the poultry barn to think about it. We get our moments in life, and then they pass by, so we'll see what Lou ends up doing. Of course, no pressure on him, only all the folks here tonight at the Otsego County Fair. We're going to bring onto the track once again. You can see we have a ramp elevation. We're going to bring onto the track a very unique individual. Over 30 years of thrill show experience with this man from Maine. They call him the Maine Maniac, and in a few short moments you're about to find out why. He was one of the original Death Riders. Now, back in the 70s, there was a group of stuntmen that toured the country and did an array of amazing stunts. He'll be out here in a few moments. Crash Moreau. Now, to get the ramp ready for him, however, we're going to have Tim Chitwood come out first. We're going to tell you about Crash Moreau. This is a guy that has been in movies, the whole shot. Crash Moreau, they actually film movies about the Death Riders, and Crash was in it, and one of the unique things you'll ever see in your life. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, to warm up the ramp for him, because we don't want him getting too crazy out here, we're going to do something a little bit more delicate. We're going to do something that's more on the edge than you can imagine. We're about to have Tim Chitwood drive an automobile on 2 wheels. Now, this is a feat of daring developed by the Chitwoods in the early 1960s. People have been trying it before. They had what was called high skis, where a vehicle could go a few feet and drop. The Chitwoods had the idea of locking the rear end of an automobile, letting it go great distances on 2 wheels. Tim Chitwood's about to show you that right now as he drives that Chevrolet vehicle on 2 wheels down the straightaway on the side walls of those tires. Getting a feel of the vehicle, this is a man that has performed this feat of daring in many feature films, including The Last Action Hero, where he was the stunt driving double for Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No strings, no counterweights. That's a Chevrolet vehicle, just like the one you buy a Country Club Chevrolet of Oneonta. Except we have the world's #1 ranked auto stuntman behind the wheel of the vehicle. They could give you a test drive, but not like the one you're about to see. Tim Chitwood once again making his way towards the single ramp elevation. Gaining speed with every turn of the wheel. He's on the ramp and on 2 wheels as he makes his way down the straightaway once again. He'll try to make it a little bit farther. Of course, a very dangerous part of the 2-wheel driving process, making his way through the turn. If he should oversteer at any point, that vehicle could go slamming down onto its roof. Makes it through turn number 1, still with a full head of steam as he drives the Chevrolet on 2 wheels. He's making his way through turn number 2, still driving on 2 wheels. Drops it on turn number 2. He'll be back in front of the grandstand area. Coming back in front of the grandstand, he says, let's try this thing one more time. We'll see how far he can drive that Chevrolet S10 pickup on 2 wheels. We mentioned a couple years ago, Tim was nominated for an International Stuntman Competition Award for driving a truck filled with hay bales on 2 wheels in the movie Rocky and Bullwinkle. Now he's up on 2 wheels once again, coming down the straightaway. The master of 2-wheel driving, Tim Chitwood. He's on his way through turn number 1 once again. Very delicate adjustments to the steering as he makes his way through the turn. It's hard enough to drive through a turn on all 4 wheels, let alone 2 wheels. You talk about a sense of balance, there it is for you right there. As he carries on a great tradition, a family tradition, if you will, of driving automobiles on 2 wheels. Still driving on 2 wheels down the back straightaway, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Tim set a world record for driving an American-made automobile on 2 wheels in Richmond, Virginia, when he drove a Chevrolet 5.9 miles on 2 wheels to set the Guinness Book of World Records for American-made automobiles. The only thing that kept him from going farther, he used stock tires, and the tires gave away. He'd probably still be driving if it wasn't for the tires. He's making his way out of turn number 4, back into the front straightaway, still driving on 2 wheels. Ladies and gentlemen, he can hear you in there. Let's put our hands together and bring him on home. Talk about balance. Talk about talent. There it is for you right there. The master of 2-wheel driving. Ladies and gentlemen, from Tampa, Florida, Tim Chitwood. Tim Chitwood. Well, as promised, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to bring out one of the masters of disaster. This is a guy who's made his living for over 30 years, smashing and crashing automobiles. He's probably destroyed more automobiles than rush hour in New York City, this guy has. Comes out of the wilds of Maine. He's known as the Maine Maniac, and in a few moments he's about to show you why. We mentioned he was one of the original Death Riders back in the 1970s. As a matter of fact, they made 2 movies about the Death Riders. They would follow these guys around America, and not only would they film the shows that they performed, but they kind of caught them behind the scenes, which made for the better part of the movie, frankly. And a crazy bunch of people and some of the best stuntmen ever assembled into a touring unit, enough to make 2 movies out of it. Right now, one of the things that Crash has made famous is his Crash rollovers. He'll attempt to roll the automobile wheel to wheel. He's making his way towards the single ramp elevation. He's on the ramp. He'll break the wheel. There's a car up and all the way over on all 4 wheels. Child's play for Crash Moreau. Now, the bad news is that he talked to the folks at Country Club Chevrolet this afternoon, said he was looking for kind of a used car to take a test drive with. They said, well, sure, take it out if you're part of the show. No problem. We trust you. Yeah, that's the good news. The bad news is this is his test drive. He's going to make his way back down the single ramp towards the single ramp elevation, attempting to roll the automobile wheel to wheel. As you can see, the tires didn't hold up as well as the Chevrolet automobile. He's on the left, he'll click the wheel once again. Bring it up and all the way over. Two beautifully performed Crash rollovers. Ladies and gentlemen, from Lincoln, Maine, there it is, Crash Moreau. Rough test drive. Well, at least he looks good. I don't know what he's going to tell us, but at least he looks good. Little stars and stripes action out here. A very patriotic type of a fellow. I don't know what's going on, Doug. When we find out.
Well, I don't think it's too hard to figure out. What's your answer, Lou?
I got all my old friends supporting me. I got all my new friends in Lawrence, New York behind me. I'm a New Yorker. I'm a Clinton. We're going to go for it. And I ain't giving up the chance to jump with the greatest daredevil that ever lived. What do you say, Doug? You ready?
I'll tell you what, I take my hat off to him because if you could have seen the accident he had, and I stood in the hospital for 9 hours as he went through surgery and everything, and he went through almost a year of rehabilitation and getting his shoulder to work again. He's back on the floor,
If I can make it here, I'm gonna make it anywhere. It's up to my New York, New York.
Well, I got one thing to say. I sure hope you're right. I want better than you think.
That's the quickest $20 I've ever lost. Geez, I didn't think he'd come back out, but all the more power to him. Of course, what he's got to do right now is very tricky, to say the least, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we've seen Doug Danger do a motorcycle jump out on the ramp all by himself. He is in control of the speed and alignment. When you put another motorcyclist out there, it doubles the danger involved in the motorcycle jump. Not only do you have to worry about your speed, you have to worry about the speed of the gentleman in front of you, which is Lewis Ray. If he should be off 1 mile an hour with both motorcyclists around the ramp, you could have a mid-air collision. Of course, we joked around about it a few moments ago. Right now, it gets real serious. Speed and alignment on the ramp are indeed critical. I'll do what's called the speed run in a few moments, riding by the ramp. They have a set speed that both motorcycles have to be at in order to keep the distance between them, because they will be in the air at the same time. And of course, that means they'll be landing on the landing ramp pretty much at the same time. Of course, the landing isn't the end of the story. Once you're on the ramp, you have to exit the ramp without falling, or else the guy behind you is right over the top of you. Right now, they're coming down the straightaway, trying to set those digital speedometers. Two riders about to take to the ramp at the same time.
Well, you got your charge for tonight anyway, right?
Oh, I still got to work.
Riding back in front of the grandstand area. In short moments, we'll see. They're ready. Lewis Ray with one look over the expanse. Once again, 70 feet from the takeoff ramp to the landing ramp. They'll look at each other from each side. A salute to each other. Yes, indeed, they are ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Necessary to jump 70 feet ramp to ramp. Once again, timing and alignment have to be dead on for these two motorcycle jumpers. To I mentioned before, Louis Ray has been around motorcycles for many years, both in motocross, street racing, and of course working with jumpers like Evel Knievel and Robbie Knievel. As a matter of fact, as we mentioned before, just worked with Robbie last weekend on the jump on the aircraft carrier. Now it's up to him aboard a motorcycle, making his way down the straightaway towards the ramp. Louis Ray on the ramp. Front Kaiser on the ramp! Beautifully performed tandem jump. Ladies and gentlemen, two courageous motorcycle jumpers from Lakewood, New York, here's Louis the Rocket Ray and Doug Painter. Doug Painter. Louis, now you don't have to move to Rhode Island. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to bring onto the track the Maine maniac, Crash Moreau, from the wilds of Lincoln, Maine, as he is about to perform a very deadly Hollywood-style crash called the Steel Wall. As you can see, downward towards turn number 4, we have a vehicle that has been put up on its back bumper. In a vertical position, Crash Moreau will make his way down the straightaway at a high rate of speed, driving toward and driving through that automobile, causing it to flip in the air. Once again, the speed has to be dead on, or else the car will land on top of him. This is a feat of daring that Crash has performed many times at fairs, speedways, and at motion picture and television productions. We're very glad to have him performing it here tonight. He's making his way down the straightaway towards the automobile. Crash Moreau about to perform a steel crash. Tremendous impact down there for the Maine maniac. I'll tell you what, there's hardly a dent in that used car from Country Club Chevrolet. Talk about great advertisement. There it is for you right there. Ladies and gentlemen, he's coming back in front of the grandstand from Lincoln, Maine, Crash Moreau. Crash Moreau. There's something just not right about that guy, but great performer nonetheless.
$1.
Well, there's a good reason for those automobiles staying down there, because we saw the jet-powered pickup truck a few moments ago come out and present its fire and lightning show. In a few short moments, Tim Chitwood is about to bring that vehicle back out again, and I'll have you direct your attention back down towards turn number 4 when he does, because he is about to use the jet power for something totally different. As a matter of fact, he is going to ignite that jet engine and actually burn that vehicle that's down there on the ground. Different use for the jet power. Of course, the folks from the fire department were real happy to hear about this addition to the show. Didn't plan on doing it, but we thought, what the heck, let's do it. We're here, let's burn something up. A little bit of diesel fuel left, and this is one good way to get rid of it before we load it on the trailer and head down to our next shows in Cobleskill, New York, coming up on Thursday. We have a couple shows down there. You can't travel with it inside the vehicle. Let's get rid of it the best way we know how. That is burning up vehicles. Tim Chitwood from Tampa, Florida, out there behind the wheel once again of that 6,000 horsepower street legal jet pickup truck. Don't forget, coming up immediately following the show, we'll invite you to come on out onto the track so you can meet our stunt performer. We have posters and videos available. Of course, the video has some of Doug's greatest jumps, And some of the ones that weren't quite so great. We have a few crashes on there. But worth the price of admission, that's for sure. Come on out and meet our stunt stars. They'll be here immediately following the show. Make it a real night of thrills. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, that jet engine is starting up. We have a car parked right behind it.
Chitwood about to run the course, ladies and gentlemen. And
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to perform the final jump of the evening.
That's what's going to happen with you if you get involved with drugs, is that you're going to run for a couple of laps, and then you're going to blow all the smithereens. And I didn't really understand what Evil Knievel was saying at that time. At that time, I started trying to be a motorcycle jumper, a bicycle jumper, and stuff like that. Kept focusing on it. And I had a really good friend. His name was David. Year that I graduated from high school,
What you think?
I lost my friend David to some bad drugs.
Absolutely.
And I went to his wake, and I looked down into his coffin, and I saw my best friend laying in a coffin dead. And I'll tell you what, the words that Evil Knievel said became so clear to me at that point, because later on I went on to set the Guinness Book of World Record for the farthest jump ever done. And when I was looking down that casket, I completely understood what he says, you'll be a if you get involved with drugs. So kids, I want you to understand that that's a serious subject. Don't even try them. Stay away from them. It's a real bad road, and you will never go anywhere with them. All right, let's strap on the helmet. I'll see you all on the other side.
The bus sideways. Split the bus. And when I did, the steering column hit me between the steering wheel and the back seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Doug Danger is strapping on the helmet. Once again, he's going to climb aboard a motorcycle that has carried them to glory so many times. We told you about the jump over 18 tractor trailers at the Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, just a couple years ago. A year after that jump, Doug was asked to perform on a show called I Dare You, the Ultimate Challenge. The idea that they had was for Doug to jump over an airplane. Well, we got out there and they had a private Learjet lined up for him. He said, it's not far enough. If I'm going to do something, I want it to go on film and be something that people will talk about. just so happened out at the airport they had an L-1011 jet airliner, a TWA airliner. They put that between the ramps, 165 feet, wingtip to wingtip. That wasn't the problem, 165 feet, no problem. It was 32 feet tall. You could not see from one side of the ramp to the other side. That's when it got a little bit hairy. Doug Danger made the jump. It was on I Dare You, one of the highest rated shows they ever had. Now we talked about the world record jump that Doug did. That was back in 1991 at the New Hampshire International Speedway. On that particular day, Doug Danger jumped 251 feet, ramp to ramp. And to give you an idea how far that is, that's 42 automobiles parked between ramp elevations. He held the Guinness Book of World Records for 9 years with that jump, which is a record in and of itself. He's also being considered for another record, ladies and gentlemen, for the Guinness Book of World Records. A few years ago, Doug had a ramp set up on the side of a building, jumped off the side of the building into a lake, Lake Palmer, Massachusetts. He reached a height of 75 feet and jumped 150 feet in the air, landing in the lake. That's up for the Guinness Book of World Records. He'd be the first motorcycle jumper in history to have 2 world records on a motorcycle. He's about to once again put that Honda motorcycle through its paces to perform this jump. He'll make his way back out of turn number 4, headed towards the ramp elevations aboard the Honda motorcycle. Doug Danger, the American motorcycle jumping champion, on his way out of turn number 4, gaining speed with every turn of the wheel. Here he comes in a blaze of glory towards the ramp elevation. Ladies and gentlemen, once again he's on the ramp of the perfectly performed. Once again he's coming back in front of the grandstand area.
Okay, as we make our way down here onto the track, our stuntmen will be signing autographs. We have posters and video for sale. Once again, thank you for being a terrific audience. Enjoy the rest of your night at the fair.